welcome to Night Time with Odi. We're going to have an absolutely fantastic show for you tonight. Loads of amazing guests lined up. But I do have to tell everybody, I haven't been sleeping well lately. You know, I've been waking up and just kind of... See, I used to have a rooster at the house, but now I have a duck. I changed him out. And I've been getting up at the quack of dawn. Yeah. We're trying a few dad jokes and go see if they work. They might work, I don't know. You never know, these things will happen. I've been reading, actually, a book. It's The History of Glue. I just can't seem to put it down. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. A lot of people have said to me, Odi, what height are you? Like, how tall are you? I'm 6 foot. And I say, like, anybody under 6 foot really looks up to me. Yeah, no. Have you ever had a song? Like, you've heard long songs before. You've all heard long songs. And, like, you might have a 6-minute long song or a 5-minute long song. Well, there's a song that has been being played in Germany for the last 2 years. That's 2 years. It's on a machine called the ASLSP, which, translated from German, is as slow as possible. Okay, that's the name of the machine. But it made its first chord change this week. It has been playing the same note for the last 2 years. Now you're thinking that's really slow, but you don't have to worry because the song is going to last 639 years. Yeah, it's going to be quite a while. So they made the first chord change, and if you play it quickly, it'll sound terrible. So don't worry about it. Oh, I meant to tell you as well, I had a very good friend and he was going out with a girl called Claire and he wanted to cover her completely in chocolate because he just wanted a chocolatey Claire. Swing and a miss. Yeah. But I have been seeking a little bit of, I've had a little bit of back trouble. So somebody recommended that I go to a specialist, and I got into his store, and you know, he made me lay down on the bed, and then he started pouring 7-Up on my back, and he started pouring Pepsi on my back, and I was like, this is kind of strange, but it is physiotherapy. Yeah, I was at the house earlier on, and I had a knock on the door, and I opened the door, and there was a 6-foot-tall cockroach. And I opened the door, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. Now, a lot of people told me there was a nasty bug around. But anyway, yeah. You know, I've been sent in jokes, and you can send in some of your jokes. If you want some of your jokes read out, send them in to us. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You can comment on the show live as well. If there's anything that we're saying or doing and you want to get involved in it, make sure you comment on the show and we'll read out your comments and any input you have. We are a fully interactive show, and if you're watching this on the repeat, sorry, it's too late, you can't make any comments. Well, I suppose you can, but they're going to be completely irrelevant and nobody will get the context. But it'll look good and it'll be fun. Share this with everybody. We're going to have an amazing show, as I said. So tell you what, we're going to go take a small little quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You better come back too. Talk to you in a minute. And you're very welcome back to Night Time with Odi. Now, I do have a little bit of housekeeping. Apparently last week when I was showing the soap, I was saying it was the wrong name. It is actually the Split Creek Farm. That's where the goat milk soap came from. And yes, I am saying it slowly because I cannot say it fast because it just comes out muggledy. so I'll be slowing everything down. Apparently, I need to slow down a lot because the Irish keeps coming out as well. Anyway, time for our first guest. Will you please welcome to the show our very own skater girl? It's Androzella Craig. There's you. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's happening? Why? First of all, I'm noticing this.
That was very dirty.
I don't. It's fine. Will it stay there? It'll stay there. It's fine. So this is an inline skate. No, it's not even slightly.
I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit confused.
It's a nice skateboard.
It's a board. So why is there a skate? Apart from the fact I just put it up there, why is there a skateboard on my desk?
Well, I've been skating for about 3 years, but I'm still scared to fall, so it's been hindering me a lot.
Okay.
So, but my biggest trick I can do is a shove it. So,
A shove it.
yeah, it's like, basically you
Good
just
night, everybody.
stick your It's a very easy trick, to be honest, but
Okay. So
I like it a lot.
the biggest reason we have you here is that you're starting a brand new show, and you're going to try and get skaters to talk to you. Now, what have skaters got to say? Like first, like are they just kind of, hey dude, you know, I was there and I just came and I just dropped in and it was wow and gnarly and then my board died and then I fell off and broke my nose. Is that something?
Well,
It's kinda
breaking your nose would kind of be crazy, but a lot of ankles maybe.
Okay.
But the ankles are pretty. It depends on how hard you break it.
So,
It heals up pretty well.
so that's the bad side of it. Have you had any falls, any bad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle when I first started skating, but it was a clean break, so it was really wasn't that big.
No.
A deal. But it sucked really bad though. I like jumped off my board.
Yeah.
My foot swelled about that big, and I had to get a boot on there. No surgery though, thank God. But
So what's your show going to be about? You're going to be talking to your skaters.
yeah, basically I just asked them like 5 questions, like there's a stance, like you can stand like this way or that way on a skateboard, and like I'm regular footed.
Yeah.
And I asked them, are you goofy? Goofy's like this way.
Yeah.
The regular's like this.
Okay.
And I asked them like, are you goofy or regular? How long you been skateboarding, and like how old are you type deal.
So go on, ask me the questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Odin,
Yes.
how old are you and how long have you been skateboarding?
I'm very old, and I skateboarded. The only time I've ever skateboarded. Now, there's a very good friend of mine back in Ireland called Niall, and he will attest to this. Only time I ever skateboarded, he was living on a hill, okay?
Oh man.
And he
that
had,
sounds
you know
bad.
the small little skateboards, the little tiny
Yeah.
ones? I decided the greatest thing in the world for me to do would be go down this hill on the small little skateboard. So I did. It didn't last long.
Did you fall?
Yes, it did. I'm missing skin here.
I can
Just,
see it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the first 2 questions. So yeah, go ahead. What's the next one?
What is one trick you've never done before that you'd like to learn?
Any of them. Yeah, any trick at all. Just standing on a skateboard would be.
True.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice
Do I
for
have
the
any?
skateboarders who may watch this?
My biggest advice for skateboarders watching this would be to wear lots of pads. Yeah.
They're
Would
important.
that be good enough? Pads, helmets.
Yeah.
Helmets.
Some do wear helmets.
Do you wear a helmet?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know. And
Only if I have to.
So, well, yeah. Okay. So what's the next? You have another question for me? Because I'm a skateboarder. Me and
Let
Tony
me
Hawk.
think. Okay, so well, this isn't one of the questions, but are you goofy or regular? Would you stand?
I am goofy.
Are you really
I
goofy?
am goofy. I've done a
Okay.
lot of surfing, and I'm a goofy stance on the surfboard.
Oh,
So that's one thing I
Cool.
can answer. So you're going to be asking all the questions as you just did, and she's done a fantastic job answering the questions.
you did a great answer. Thank you.
See, the audience are here, they're live. You crank them up a little bit, but they're getting good. So, who are you looking for? Are you looking for people that have been skating a long time? Are you looking for beginners? What are you looking for?
Well, honestly, I asked the people to do a trick after the video. So if I watch them skating and I see that they can skate pretty well, I
Yeah.
try to ask those people, because a lot of people that have been skating for years are going to want to see that.
Yeah.
But I ask anyone, but I honestly do try to see if people can like do stuff like
Do something. Yeah.
yeah.
Do a
It's
grind.
more
or-
it's a little bit more entertaining for the viewers.
So if you have, obviously there is thousands of kids out there who look at skateboards and like, I want to do that. I want to try that.
Oh yeah.
What can you recommend for the little kids? I mean, you've got your own little kid, little boy.
Brody.
Yep. and he's probably getting to the age now where he looks at a skateboard and like,
Oh yeah.
Mama can do that, Daddy can do that. I
He has
want
a
to do that.
skateboard.
There you go. See, he has a skateboard.
He rides it sometimes.
So what advice are you going to give to them small little kids?
Ooh. I'm gonna say bend your knees.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say like
Mhm.
if you fall, it's kind of like you're gonna. It depends on how much you want to skate. You're gonna fall a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
maybe not like to that extent.
No,
But-
you're not going to lose skin.
Not maybe not at first.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
But you're gonna have to realize, and then bend your knees. I would tell them.
Yeah.
And you can get pads if you want to if you're starting out.
Okay.
But I would
Okay.
definitely tell them because some people stand on them where like can only not do.
Oh, straight kneed.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's just a reflex from just being on wheels, and that makes you fall right on your butt.
So what got you into skating? Like.
My husband skated for like 20 years or something.
Okay. So you just looked at it and said, "I can do that."
I'm like, ooh, that looks fun. Yeah. And I
Okay.
used to watch the X Games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. And then when I got older, I met him. He's like, try to go down this little hill.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm like, skating is fun.
Yeah.
Skating
It
is
looks it. It does.
It's very fun.
I'm way too old to start
No,
now.
you're not. How old are you?
42.
No, you're not older.
Do you
You're
like
not
the
older.
way she paused for a second? She's
That's
like,
what I
"You're
think about-
42."
Who do I know is 42?
Odie's 42.
No, they do. They do. If you go to the skate park,
Yeah.
literally, they're like any age. I'm not kidding. Like they're like up there skating.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So if people want to get involved, people want to come on, talk to you, they want to get on your show, how do they get in touch with you? Who do they need to contact?
Well, probably interviews with skaters or
And that's
mine.
is that your Facebook page?
Oh no, my
Okay.
Facebook page is Andresla Craig,
Okay.
but I have an Instagram too. And
Okay.
I've had, anyways, like Andresla Craig, and then I can, if they want to interview, I've had people ask me for one, and they're a really good
Okay.
interview.
So pretty much go to the skate parks. You go to the skate parks. You're going to see people at the skate parks. You're going to be
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
out, and
I
if
used-
somebody has something that they could offer to the show, then you're kind of like, we'll get you on.
Oh yeah, I usually ask honestly because some people are just a little shy. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I ask. I'm like, hey, will you do it? Do an interview with me? Would you be down? And they're like, some people say no. Some people are like, eh.
Yeah.
Or some people are like, yeah, let's do it right now. And it's like, they're like, when they're more wanting to do it, it's a better interview because.
Always is.
But if it's
Always
her-
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I do ask, and I have had people say no. I'm like kind of mad about it. But
So who's the one person that you want to interview?
oh man, like anyone?
The creme de la creme that you are just kind of like, if I could interview anybody on this show, it would have to be,
Here?
no, on your show, any skater.
Oh, I was like, what
in
kind of pool
particular.
you got it?
Any
Okay.
skater. Who's your favorite skater?
Oh man, my favorite skater would probably be like, shoot,
Would it be the T-Man?
it'd be like two people,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Her name's Leticia
Oh,
Buffoni,
okay.
and then probably Andrew Reynolds.
What about Tony?
He's pretty cool.
If you could get him.
Oh my god, you know how iconic that would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Well, Andrew.
Stop!
No, what about?
I'll be like, get what? Cause what? How did you do that?
It would be good. Yeah, yeah. I think now if I managed to get Tony Hawk, it'd be. It'd be.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. So, skate parks. If people want to find you, you're going to be at the skate parks. Where is your local skate park?
I try. Well, actually, there's not one in Clemson, but there
Oh.
is going to be one.
Okay.
Spoiler. Probably shouldn't have said that, but
No,
it's a secret. But there is going to be one. It's supposed to be one in
just
Chico.
only us and a few thousand people watching, so don't worry. Yeah.
There is one in Anderson.
Is it? Okay.
But it's kind of expensive, to be honest with you. It's
Okay.
like $10 a pop or something like that. I think she does some discount somewhere, but it's kind of like when you're a skater, you're kind of like, man, like
Yeah.
$10.
Oh
whatever.
man, I can't
You know,
afford $10,
like,
man.
come
I gotta
on.
get a new board and a new deck.
Exactly.
And my wheels are gone as well.
Especially when there's like do-it-yourself parks.
Yeah.
There's one in Greenville,
Okay.
and it's like built by skaters, and it's free.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's really
Well, listen, thank you so much for stopping
Thank
in with
you,
us.
it was
It's been
fun.
absolutely brilliant, and I've brought back some very painful memories, which have been, it has been fun. So, folks, thank you very much, and we'll be back right after these commercial breaks. very welcome back to Nighttime with Odi. Now it is time for the funny funnies. Will you welcome, please, all the way from wherever he came from, Mr. Will Kelly.
All right, hey guys, as you said, my name is Will, or as I'm known in parts of the South as Whale. That's how I know somebody's a redneck, because they'll say my name with 2 syllables. We're like, how you doing, Whale? Like, oh, fantastic, W-E-E-Y-U-L. That is how you spell my name. Thank you for saying it correctly. Also, that's my website is wheel.com, so I'll put a little plug in there. So this is a picture I drew of people laughing at my jokes. I look at it sometimes when my jokes don't go over so well because it makes me feel better. The horse is just there to make me laugh because store. I was checking out some of the food items and I noticed that a lot of companies are putting things on their boxes, on their products that they did. For well, like, of course it's gluten. It's great. It's on the bag, and I said, "That's fantastic. Let me come up with some ideas on my own." So here's what I came up with. For example, here first we have Fred's oatmeal. It looks totally fine, Fred's oatmeal. But what if it was sitting next to Will's oatmeal? Contains no reptile products. The next one I have Tom's apples. Again, Tom. But what if it was next to Will's apple? Nobody sneezed on these apples, guaranteed. Say that, but okay. And one more. Tim's golf clubs. Again, fine quality golf clubs Tim has. But what if it was next to Will's golf club? I don't know. That may be a problem based on what you're doing with that. I don't know where you go golfing. But I also like. And also, when I was a kid, I was afraid to go in the ocean because I had this weird fear that I was going to get bitten by a shark. I don't know. I think someone tried to reassure me by saying it's more likely to get struck by lightning than get bitten by a shark. And I said, that's not as reassuring as you think it. To avoid getting bitten by a shark, I just don't go in the ocean. I did the math anyways, and turns out you're like 1 in 30 million chance of getting bit by a shark, 1 in 1 million chance of being struck by lightning, and then 1 in 30 trillion chance of getting bit by a shark while being struck by lightning. Also like graphs, charts, and stuff. This one I did the other day. It's a Venn diagram, and on one side it has sports that won't keep your attention. On the other side it has places you can get knocked out by flying objects. And in the middle there's baseball. I feel like this is a problem we're not addressing as a country. Yeah. Also with baseball, I noticed that once in a while, the pitcher will make a mistake and hit the batter with the ball. And all the batter gets is like 1 free base. And I didn't feel like there was a fair trade-off. Those things are going like 90 miles an hour. So I just think to be fair, the batter should just like 10 seconds. The batter should get like 10 seconds to try and hit the pitcher with the bat. It's only fair. It's a great sport. It's a great game for kids to get into. No, but like, have you noticed kids' playgrounds and things these days? They're much safer than I remember when I was young. Because the kids' playgrounds, it's all like nice, smooth plastic, a little rubber on the ground if you fall off. It's a lot different than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, the playgrounds were made out of 2 things. It was untreated wood and steel that was like drug out of a shipyard somewhere. Yeah, the kind that gets like 3,000 degrees in the summertime. Yeah. You experience that, Odi? Yeah. Yeah. He knows. He grew up in the school of hard knocks. Like, so the question was not, would you get hurt? It was it going to be splinters or third-degree burns? You know, we didn't play the floor is lava. We played the slide is melting, and now we played. You know, I see people out in the street. Sometimes they're running in the street, even though there's a perfectly good sidewalk on the side of the road. And it always kind of irritated me because nobody will say anything to them. But when I drive my truck down the sidewalk, I'm the alcoholic. All right. One more. I think the guy that invented the parachute and had to try it out for the first time ever was in the ultimate get rich or die trying scenario. All right, that's I think the time for me, and I'm gonna put these somewhere else. Thank you.
Come up the chats. Come sit down, relax, and take a load off. That was good, buddy. I enjoyed it. Thank you, sir. So, a little bit of observational comedy there. You're looking at. Have you started to make your own cereal?
You know, I really want to. I just want to make like the sugariest crap, so it sells. It flies off.
People don't know it. They're eating it like, this is like, you know, that white powder stuff that
it flies off the shelf. That's my experience.
Yeah, flies off the shelf.
Literally.
You know, you could have people selling it on the black market. Hey man, you got any of them Willios?
Yeah, you know, I found they sell so much better with just a spoonful of LSD.
Always, but no, Howie, don't. No LSD, don't be taking any LSD. So, Will, how long have you been doing a bit of comedy?
Like, in totality, I want to say like 4 years. Mm-hmm. I kind of did some like back in the day when I was in high school and college. Then I took a long hiatus for college and school that I did, and then I kind of got back in 2019, and then there's this thing happened in 2020. And,
it's okay. We can say COVID.
The thing. And then I just got back in the last couple of years.
Okay. Okay, so you've been playing the local scenes. You've been doing the open mics, and you're having fun with all of those. And
yeah, they have a few different spots that we go to. Usually, I have to go to Greenville to get one of those open mics. But
maybe we need to start doing an open mic here in Anderson. What do you reckon?
I
think we need to start something on that. So, what got you into comedy? You were sitting at home and you were watching TV and you're like, I think I need to start doing stand-up comedy.
Well, I have this weird fondness of doing things that are difficult and kind of scare me. And that's why I started doing comedy. That's why I went to medical school. That's why I married a redhead. You know us redheads, we don't have a soul. You know, we just, that's why we're so angry, is that we don't have souls. That's a proven fact. Redheads. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I get it.
You got the red beard
I'm
going
like
on.
part-time redhead.
Part-time redhead.
Daywalker.
Yeah. Daywalker. So you can go out in the sunshine a little. What's that like? Is that fun?
You know, well, the problem is that I have the freckles, so I don't tan. I just get more freckles.
See, yeah.
You know, until eventually they all coalesce and I just become a different race altogether.
Yeah, they all link in together.
Yeah.
But we had a problem in the house. My wife changed out a new light bulb and she put in a 100-watt light bulb. I can't go into that room now.
The sizzling just starts immediately.
You know, you just sit down and all of it. What's cooking? Something smells good. You know. So where can people see you next? Where's your next gig? Where are you playing?
I'm actually going to be doing a show here in Anderson. They do a show every month at the Palmetto Distillery.
The distillery. Yeah, them guys are good. We actually had the guys that run that in here. I think it wasn't the first show. I think we had one of the guys in. And in the last season, we had a couple of the guys in as well. They're good guys.
They're good friends of mine.
So when are you doing that?
That is February 23rd.
February 23rd.
That evening.
So you're going to be down there for that.
Yeah.
Anything else coming up?
Other than just hitting open mics and doing my own thing.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to follow you, where can they get you on?
I have Instagram. It's
Will KMD. Will KMD.
Oh, nice.
That's how you remember it.
Gang signs,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, yeah. We like gang signs in the stand-up business.
We do, we do. Well, listen, well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming on, and it's been a pleasure as always,
Thank
and we'll
you.
get you on definitely again. So, folks, Will Kelly there. We will be right back. We're going to take another. I'm going to learn how to speak English again, and we're going to take another little commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting that one. Hi, and you're very well. Hold on, we'll try the newsreader. And you're very welcome to Nighttime with Odi here at 7 o'clock on the live Nighttime with Odi channel. I am Odi, being nighttime and live. That is, you know, I just can't newsread. I've never been able to. It's just something I can't do. Anyway, my next guest comes to me all the way from South Pleasantburg Drive in Borderlands Comics and Games. Will you give it up for the fantastic Dungeons and Dragons riddled Mr. Rob Young? It came out weird. It was a little bit all over the place. It was strange. Rob, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long, sir.
Week?
At least.
A week.
You were on the radio show with us, and we decided that the conversation needed to keep going. So we said, "Come, tell us more about this, that, and the other."
It's sad that you feel that way.
It's good. It's good. You're always a welcome addition to the club, to the show.
The club show.
Yeah. See, this is the worst thing about me and Rob talking to each other is that we know each other's buttons and we don't have much of a filter. So let's see how it goes.
It's a thing. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah, it should be fun. Right, eyes down for the full house. Here we go. Mark your bingo cards. No. So, Dungeons and Dragons.
We need a button.
We need one of them buttons. Has somebody got the F-bomb button? No, we're not doing it tonight. So, everybody knows you from Borderlands Comics and Games.
Sure.
Apart from the obvious of Borderlands comics and games, what does Borderlands do?
So the idea when I bought the store in 2011, and the concept was we wanted to build something that did everything adjacent to comics and games.
Okay.
So we wanted to have comic books, graphic novels, manga. Warhammer was obviously a big thing. Magic, Pokemon, D&D.
Yep.
Played my first game in '79. We were talking about that earlier.
Yes, we were.
And all other kind of role-playing games. And it's grown even into used video games, toys, vintage toys. It's just a bunch of nerdy stuff.
Is Warhammer dying out a little bit?
Not in the slightest.
Not even slightly.
No, it is an absolute monster.
Okay. No, I just, sometimes it falls out of popular. I won't say, well, it's obviously not because it's doing.
I tell you,
huge
never has
business,
for
but-
us. Never has for
There
us.
you go,
But
there
when
you
they,
go.
they went public, it's I think there's something like a $400 million a year
You see,
sales.
we could have started making little figures back in the.
Why did we not do that?
I don't know.
And they started with D&D.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what they started
Bringing the
with. They-
figures
They
in.
started doing little magazines about Dungeons and Dragons and then grew the whole thing. It's pretty crazy.
So if someone is getting started with Dungeons and Dragons, they can come into you, and you're going to give them the dice, all the 500 different dice that you need to play a game, and your little figures. And is there a board? Is it a board game?
No. So there's a little starter box you can get for like $20.
Okay.
Everything you need to start.
Okay.
You can run a little adventure. It's got some characters in it. It's really easy to do. The way I'll describe it is D&D is like a pick your path book.
Okay.
Remember those when you were a
Yeah,
kid? It
I
would say,
remember
if
that,
you're going to
yeah.
go down the hall, go to page 7.
All right.
If you look for traps, go to page 8.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't, and now you're going to fall in the pit, I guess you're going to page
Yeah,
9.
you're going to
Right?
page 9.
But only there's no pages. You just say what you want to do, and the guy running the game or gal running
Mm-hmm.
the game goes, roll these dice, and let's see what happens.
Okay. So how long can a game last?
Forever.
Okay.
100% forever. So, like, your average game's probably 3 to 5 hours, but I remember the craziest one we ever did in high school had a buddy whose parents went out of town. And so we're going to play all weekend. And so our gimmick was the characters were transported to another world, and if you fell asleep, your characters were transported back, and you were out of the game.
Oh no. So how long did you stay away?
39 hours.
39. Okay.
39 hours.
Yeah.
There was a thing called Jolt back then. And
That
you-
was taken off the market for a reason.
Yeah, I drank 18 of those.
18 of them.
18 of them. I don't know why I have blood pressure problems.
One can of Red Bull and
But it was
that's
pretty
yeah.
fun.
Oh, I can imagine.
We had fun.
I'd say you thought you were in the game at that stage.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it
Yeah.
was, actually.
So the big news we have is that Borderlands Comics and Games are having their annual sale on Saturday, right?
We are. Are you ready for how many?
Yeah, go on.
32nd.
It's the 32nd.
32nd annual sale.
Wow. And what kind of?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
It's crazy. It really is.
What can people expect?
So the deal is this, the store, I don't even know how to describe it. Everything's on sale. The
Yep.
store is 16,000 square feet. And it's so crazy that we have to have 3 registers running.
Right.
Last year we had 2, and at one point there was an hour wait for 3 hours.
Right.
We empty the warehouse. We empty our backup warehouse. I was pricing doorbusters for 3 hours today, and we'll be doing it all day tomorrow. So we'll take things that maybe have sat around a minute, or sometimes things that are just really cool,
Yeah.
and we will put them at prices below cost.
Okay.
Remember the old school when they had doorbusters at
Yeah,
Black Friday, and
yeah.
nobody really does it anymore?
No.
We
So
still
you're,
do it.
you're bringing it back. Well, obviously you do it every year.
We
but
do
you-
it every year, and there's people lined up, and people
So-
sometimes get there at crazy times.
Yeah, I was going to say that to you. Is it kind of like trying to get your Tay-Tay tickets? You go really early and you line up and you.
The record, well, I won't say it's the earliest anybody ever got there, but we had a guy get there one time. He was competing with another guy.
Yeah.
He pulls in at 1 a.m.
Right.
and he's outside and he's reading his iPad.
Okay.
He tells me this story.
So this is outside the store.
Outside the store.
At 1 o'clock in the
1
morning.
o'clock in the morning.
Not too
reading his
far from the
iPad.
center of Greenville. Yeah. Okay.
100% accurate.
Uh-huh.
He's reading his iPad.
Right.
And he said, man, I've got this. I'm going to win. I'm going to be first.
Yeah.
And we usually give something to the first person.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, I got it. And a police officer, Greenville City police officer, pulls up.
Right.
And he goes, so what are you doing? And he's like, man, you're not going to believe how stupid this sounds. But see, there's a sale, and I was competing with one of the guys, and I wanted to be first.
Okay. Okay.
And he's like, this guy's going to rail me.
Yeah.
You know what the officer said?
Go on.
Holy crap, that's tomorrow? Really happy.
So he forgot about it. He was like, oh, I gotta get to the sale.
Thanks, man, I'll be there tomorrow. And he kept checking on him. He said he checked on me every 30 minutes to make sure I was
Just
in
swinging
there.
by and making
he
sure
didn't
he
come
was-
in. And he came in and he went, hey man, there was a guy here at 1 a.m. and the dude was standing behind
Yeah.
him. He goes, that was me. So it was great.
So 1 a.m. is the earliest that you've had
So
something?
the earliest is 4 o'clock on Friday.
Okay, so you've got people who were coming 16
that
hours.
was the record.
No, it's 10 o'clock you open, so
Yeah.
18 hours before you,
Yeah.
and they're,
And you know what they did?
Go on.
They set up outside with gaming tables
right,
and they played Warhammer.
right.
They played board games. They had propane heaters. I'm not kidding. And when we found out about it, we delivered pizza to them at 2 a.m.
Oh, nice.
Because if they're
Oh,
crazy
that's
enough
good.
to do that.
If they're crazy enough, you're going to be crazy
Yeah.
enough to do
And we
that.
do some other stuff too. At 9 o'clock in the morning, we have biscuits, we have coffee, we have donuts for everybody
Nice.
outside. Again, if they're going to do that, we want to say
I
thank you.
might have to get there early on Saturday.
You know,
Might have to get down
you
there.
like a good biscuit.
I do. We call them cookies, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different type.
Misspelled. You
yeah.
misspelled biscuit.
That's the Irish accent, you see. So you've got the Comic-Con. Quickly, we're going to talk about the Comic-Con. Comic-Con is happening in April,
April 6th and 7th.
and you've got a vast array of megastars coming to it.
We do.
So you've got,
I can't believe
yes.
what we pulled off this year.
you have got the captain.
We have the captain.
The captain.
TJ Hooker, right?
Yes, that's because that's all he ever did.
The Priceline guy.
That's Nanu. That's what? Yeah.
If we had Nanu, that would be a problem.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, we can't talk about the dead guy. But yeah.
No dead guy.
So no, you're getting Will Shatner. He's coming. He's going to be there.
He's going to be there.
He's going to be signing autographs.
He'll sign autographs and he'll do professional photo ops. Got Pose doing that. They're pros. Have done this for years.
So,
Great.
just say this. I'll just come a little bit closer for this one.
Let's do this.
Just say, right?
Yep.
There was a really big Will Shatner fan.
Yeah.
Really big.
Big.
6 foot.
6 foot.
Blue shirt.
Let's just say big.
Just saying.
Okay.
And just say if he was to run in
Yeah.
and kind of, run towards Will Shatner
Yeah.
to try and hug him.
Do you remember that part where I talked about when we talked before about all the security?
So you're saying don't do that?
Well, the special
Right.
forces guys, right?
Yeah, no,
it'd be
so
bad.
I
It'd
won't be
bad. We
doing
wouldn't-
that.
Please don't do that.
I'm not going to try
no,
and.
don't
Yeah,
do that. Be
no,
awful.
no.
Be awful.
So when is this? It's the
April 6th and 7th.
April 6th and 7th.
And the other thing that's crazy is we have Jim Lee, the president of DC Comics.
Yes.
The artist of the best-selling comic of all time, X-Men #1. He'll be there Saturday only. Lou Diamond Phillips, actually
Yep.
Epstein, Ahsoka from
So you just
Clone Wars.
everybody's going to be there.
It's really nuts. I mean, just check out sccomiccon.com.
Yep.
And they can see the big guest list. And believe it or not, we may not even have announced everybody.
Oh,
There may be more to come.
oh, you can tell me later. Tell me later.
later.
Right. So Borderlands Comics and Game. It's all over the internet. You have all of the platforms:
Yeah.
Facebook,
Well, Instagram and Facebook. You can check out Borderlands Comics and Games
Cool.
at borderlands.us.
and shop opens 10 o'clock on Saturday morning.
10 o'clock on Saturday, we'll all be bleary-eyed and Red Bulled up and ready to go.
Alrighty, sounds like a party. Listen, thank you so much for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always. And don't forget, head down to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. I think that's right. It's in South Pleasantburg. Put Borderlands Comics and Games into your phone. That's how I did it. It'll get you there. Starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and it's going to be amazing. Just get down there. I'll be there at some stage, and some other guys that you know really well, they're going to be there as well. Rob is going to be there. We're going to come back in about 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Have fun, and we'll be right back. That was good. Yeah. fun we're having here when the cameras are turned off. It's just nuts. That's if you want to be in the audience. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. We're going to move swiftly on to our last guest of the night. Will you please welcome Alice Drive?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Y'all are just amazing. You got the whole hippie vibe going on, man. I like it. Would it be hippie vibe?
I guess.
Yeah. I'm thinking the hippie.
That's what people say. I mean, we live in a school bus, so I guess.
You live in a school bus. So it wasn't bad enough that you had to go to school all them years in the school bus. You just.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh, you did.
My
Okay.
parents loved me.
Okay. Controversial much? I like it though. I do like it. We have lots of controversy. So, how long has Alice Drive been playing amazing psychedelic music? I'm calling it psychedelic. They asked us for psychedelic stuff, and this is as psychedelic as I get. I'm sorry. But no. How long have you been playing together?
4 years.
4 years. And what was the driving force? What kind of influenced you? What were you just sitting down in your school bus and like, shall we drive somewhere or shall we just make music?
Well, I was actually running the bar, the Speakeasy, that used to be downtown, the Adam Nerovich.
Yeah,
That he ran.
yeah.
I ran that Speakeasy, and I had an open mic for musicians.
Ah.
We had Chris Phillips, who did the comedy open mic on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And then I would host the music open mic on Thursdays, and I just put out into the internet that, hey, musicians come. And the guy that he was playing with at the time, they came out to my open mic, and they were the only ones that ever showed up. It was like week after week. It was just like the three of us like hanging. Like I didn't even have like bar people. Like we weren't really busy on Thursdays, so it was just us hanging out
Yeah.
and playing music because there was nothing else to do. I didn't have anything to do. There was a cajon on the stage, and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna make noise," and they were like, "Whatever."
Jam out with them.
And then their bass player passed away, and then the drummer moved to Alabama Alabama, and they were like, "Hey, you wanna join?" So we became a three-piece, and
Yeah.
then life happened for him. And then we're a couple, so we were like, well, we don't have to go anywhere. Like we'll just keep it going.
So you know sometimes bands have little artistic differences, just slightly. How does that happen when you're a couple and you're kind of like, well, I want to play this song in A, but you don't want to sing it in A. You want to sing it in,
It's a whole lot more complicated as a couple, for sure.
Yeah.
Because as a couple, you're more comfortable, like saying certain things. You know what I'm saying? That you wouldn't necessarily say to a friend. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd be like, all right, whatever. Like I'll give you what you want. But like as a couple, you're like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes, but it doesn't ever really get that bad. Like we've never really like gotten into an argument or anything. Like we've gotten heated, but we've always pushed through.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? He's very particular, and I just kind of had to deal with that. I had to learn that and be like, okay, so he wants it his way, and that's how we're gonna do it. But I get to do all the mixing and mastering, so he
Okay.
gets to write it, and then I get to make it sound however I want.
So where's your next gigs coming up? Where are you going to be playing, or where are you going to?
This Saturday we'll be in Greenwood at South Bend Winery for their Valentine's Day little
Cool.
wine and dine thing. And then we house gig at Doolittle's, where they're house
Oh,
band.
yeah. Okay.
So we play there twice a month, sometimes 3 times a
Ah,
month.
okay.
We'll be there on the 17th, and then the 16th will be at Beer Bellies, which
Ah,
is also
okay.
in here. So we
Yeah.
play in Anderson all the time.
You play a lot around.
Yeah,
Okay.
we play
okay.
more here than anywhere else. We
So-
put our schedules online and stuff, but it's a lot of Doolittle's
Yeah. Speaking of online, where can people find everything about y'all?
everywhere. AliceDrive.com.
Everywhere. It's down. Yeah, it is here. Yeah, it's here.
Well, you said internet. That's not the internet. So Alice, could be. AliceDrive.com. So it's ALYCE.
Yep.
And then drive like you're driving down the road. AliceDrive.com. But that's not updated. So Facebook is the best place. We do Instagram. I'm okay with keeping up with that.
Okay.
All of our music is on YouTube. We do have like Spotify and Apple Radio and iHeartMusic. And
You've got all. It's everywhere. So you
it's
can just.
our older stuff that we released back in 2020. We released an EP, which now we're working on a bluegrass album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had which is what we're going to be playing
Yeah,
tonight. Is
okay.
not even our psychedelic stuff. It's our
Oh,
bluegrass
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
We're kind of like split down the
So what are you
middle.
gonna? What song are you gonna play for us tonight?
It's called Blaze of Glory.
Okay. That ties in nicely to Lou Diamond Phillips. That's going to be there, and the whole Young Guns. Do you remember the film Young Guns? Did you see Young Guns? I forgot. They're about 12, but yeah, no, it's good. So anyway, tell you what.
Well, I won't tell you
Go and get ready, get sorted out, and get ready to play Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory.
And yeah, the Alice Drive is where you can get all of your information. Right, go get ready and get everything set up, and that's all cool. So they're going to go and do that. Remember, folks, you can get them on Alice Drive, and we will be back next week. We've had a great show this week already. We had Androzella, we had Will, Robert was here, Alice, Drive are going to play now. And don't forget, Borderlands Comics, get down there on Saturday as early as you can, or Friday if you really want to. If you want to try and break the record of 4 o'clock on Friday, go for it. Don't tell them I told you to do that. Next week, we have got the girls from the roller derby in Greenville. They're coming in, and I'm very excited to talk to them because I've heard roller derby is just insane and a little bit crazy. We will be back next Thursday night at 7 o'clock, right where you're watching us now, so you can check us out there. I want to thank everybody that's been here tonight. Big thanks to my director, Vic, and we'll be back next week. Going to leave you with Alice Drive.
Well, it went down in a blaze of glory. Trying to find a place I can tell my story to anyone who will listen to me sing. Well, I drank too much and I did too little to solve life's encrypted riddle. I was a day late and $1 short, it seems. Yes, I'm a hard-headed, broken fool, and my heart's just as broken too. All it took to get my act together was losing all I had and to build it back again. Well, I never just up and leave. Nothing ill was up my sleeve. All I needed was a little room to breathe. And still it died in a bit of pain. Oh, how I'll miss to say its name. But it never would have been the same anyway. Yes, I'm a hard-headed, broken fool, and my heart's just as broken too. All it took to get my act together was losing all I had and to build it back again. Even though what we built has been destroyed by the ever-flowing currents of the void, we will reminisce and shed our tears of joy. We will look back on its beauty and the joys. Well, time moves on, and so must we all. People change just as the leaves fall, and the autumn leads to winter's frost. Yes, I'm a hard-headed, broken fool, and my heart's just as broken too. All it took to get my act together was losing all I had and to build it back again. Yes, I'm